wasn't.
rivals and all that.
No, I meant to say cowgirls. That's all. Yeah.
I got you.
Who knows?
What were you saying, Jonas?
I'm saying, like, these days,
Jonas?
it's anybody's guess, man. But
you never know. But he is in the Hall of Fame since 2017. And it has to be something,
Settle down just a little bit.
Well, and they'll never sell. It'll just keep going up in value. Guy's a business savant. The team sucks, though.
We are
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. Need to scale your workforce for a peak season? Express Employment Professionals offers contract staffing so you can scale with ease and maintain productivity. Get started at expresspros.com. When it comes to hiring, it's about people, and that's where Express Employment Professionals comes in. Express experts connect you to qualified candidates matching skills to your business needs. Hire differently with Express. Visit expresspros.com to find your local office. That's expresspros.com. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a new accident on Highway 71 westbound just after Ross Road. A crash on I-35 northbound moved over to the right shoulder at Highway 45. Watch out for a wreck on Palmer Lane near Samsung Boulevard and some stop-and-go traffic on 290 westbound, causing a 7 to 8 minute slowdown from FM 1100 to FM 973. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International. Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Searching online for a car? When you call that dealership, your first question should be, are there any extra costs to the price on your website? At Henna Chevrolet, our answer will always be no. Their answer, you don't want to know. Shop surprise fee free with Henna, where the price you see is the price you get. Absolutely no addendums ever. You deserve honesty, and that's what we run on. Together, let's drive at henna.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. But wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state, only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And the winner of the iHeart Podcast Award is...
You can decide who takes home the 2026 iHeart Podcast Awards Podcast of the Year by voting at iHeartPodcastAwards.com now through February 22nd. See all the nominees and place your vote at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals all in one easy app. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
85-70, 6.5 seconds to go. And Texas will fall to 8-3 in the SEC. Preston's jumper is no good. That's your final score, 86-70. Impressive performance by this Vanderbilt team. Longhorns got themselves into a big hole, fought back, had chances to take it under 10, but couldn't get over the hump against this outstanding Vanderbilt offense.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso, San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas, or wherever you may be listening. This is a feel-good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Texas women's basketball went to Nashville, and they got the blues as they fall to the Vanderbilt Commodores. Texas men try to extend their winning streak to 4 games. LeBron James does it again. A judge in Mississippi has the Mississippi fans screaming "Hottie, Hottie" all over the place. Opening day for college baseball is here, so we talk to Mr. College Baseball. Kyle Peterson joins us at 8 a.m. And, of course, our Friday visit with Ann Parker Coleman of KView at 8:17. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry, but he is still working. So, as always, we got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. We're also going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Ella Langley. But you got to use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. Leave your voicemail, leave the keyword, and you'll get a chance to win some tickets. But you'll also get a chance to win some softball tickets as Texas softball is hosting the Bevo Classic. The Bevo Classic as they win last night, and we'll get into that as well. But we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets for the weekend. All right, let's get right into it because Texas women's basketball did not have a good night last night. Matter of fact, it was a rough night for the Texas women as they come up short against a red-hot, scorching hot Vanderbilt basketball team. They lose by 16, but it was a lot worse earlier. And Coach Vic Schaefer, after the game, was, let's just say, he was not proud of his team's performance.
I mean, it was evident to me 5 minutes in, we left our heart back in Austin.
And that's a tough thing to say. If he believes that they left their heart back in Austin, that's tough. Madison Booker played all 40 minutes last night. She led the team in scoring with 20 points, but she took 20 shots and was 9 of 20. The team in the disparity, and I got a text about this last night, Texas went to the free throw line 9 times. Vanderbilt went to the free throw line 25 times. Michaela Blanks Blake's was exactly what we thought she was going to be. She scored 34 points, but she went to the free throw line herself 15 times. Now, here's the difference in what the disparity is. Texas was missing point-blank layups. They were not attacking the rim as hard as what Vanderbilt was. Vanderbilt spread the floor, and they were able to attack downhill. 34 points is something that Texas, they normally don't give up that type of performance. But you also had the freshman Aubrey Galvan that was able to control the game as the point guard, and she was outstanding as well with her 18 points. She was changing pace. She was outstanding. Very first time I watched them for a whole game, obviously, and the reports of them, they fit the bill. The scouting report was correct. These two players will be up for Player of the Year. They will be up for SEC Players of the Year, and they might even be up for definitely going to be Rookie of the Year. But let's get back to the Texas Longhorn women. This was tough because during that time, this is another road game that Texas goes up against a very, very talented opponent, and they don't show up. For whatever reason. You saw the performance when they went to LSU, and during that time, they had one All-American sitting on the bench. Rory Harmon sat out the entire fourth quarter. Now, you're going to hear this response from Vic Schaefer. And the one thing that a lot of people are kind of questioning is how and why has this happened in two of the biggest ranked games that Texas has played. Now, Texas has played ranked opponents a lot, but in the fourth quarter against LSU, your starting point guard did not play in the fourth quarter. Your starting point guard in this game did not play in the fourth quarter. You're going to tell us one thing, but you also have told us other things as well. And this is why people are really confused about how do you sit out Rory Harmon in this ballgame.
Well, first of all, y'all, you got to stop saying benching. This is a game, and it's basketball. You make substitutions. So it's not benching. I've had this brought up before when I subbed in Bree for Rory at LSU. It's not benching. If she doesn't play on Sunday, you can come at me with benching. I'm not going at you. I've had this before, and I don't understand as a sports person, sports writers, it's not benching. It's giving another kid an opportunity. And by the way, she had 7 assists, 2 turnovers, played her guts out. So once you put somebody in and they're playing well, you don't take them out. And it happened at LSU. It happened again tonight. And again, I will do it from here. I will change the starting lineup to find some heart in our team. And I'm not talking specifically about that particular substitution. I'm just talking about my team. I will find 5 people that will play like this, not like this. And that's what it takes in this league. So it's not benching. Bree Preston played. She played her guts out, played really hard, ran my team, 7 assists, 2 turnovers in 21 minutes. Rory played 18, had 2 assists, 2 turnovers. I played Bree Preston. Next.
Woo. Well, in case you was wondering, he explained it and laid it out. Now, as somebody that follows this game rather closely, it does become a little suspicious that twice now in 2 of the biggest games on the schedule, your senior, your point guard, the person that you pound the table for that deserves national recognition is not in those games at that particular moment. Brianna Preston, absolutely. Energy, coming out, playing fast, I get it. But they both can't be on the floor at the same time. They both can't get on at the same time, be on the floor to make things happen, to change the energy. Because if you were watching that game, you saw how fast Vanderbilt was moving. That Vanderbilt team was quick. So why not have both of them on the floor? Also, Jordan Lee disappeared in that ball game and didn't get a chance to go back out there and play. She only played 16 minutes, and I'm just curious to it. Now, don't get it twisted, folks. This Texas basketball team is going to be just fine. I have no qualms about who this Texas team is. Some nights you just don't have it. And last night, they did not have it. And he said it. He felt like the team left their heart in Austin while they were in Nashville. So my only question is, and Marcus, you can hop in on this as well. My only question is, which way is it, though? Do you want us to make sure that we're pounding the table for your premier point guard who has all these records at the University of Texas, but yet in the last two games that were where your team was down, she was not part of the action?
The way I feel about it, I understand you were making a little run toward in the fourth quarter, and you brought up Jordan Lee. She was actually playing well that game. That is a bigger question for me: is why wasn't Jordan Lee in the game? Also, why is she only playing 18 minutes?
Yeah, 16
minutes.
Yeah, 16
so,
minutes.
But I get it. You were making a run late. You pulled it from 25 to, I think, like 9.
Yeah, no, they never got to single digits. They were close.
They was what, 11?
They were close, yeah.
But you couldn't – Rory and Preston can't play on the same – I mean, they can't play at the same time. You can't play Rory off ball?
Or move the ball around where both of them have the ability to get up and down the floor.
But, I understand. You're a little upset the team didn't play the way you want to play, but I think it's kind of – I don't like the fact that you kind of dismissed it as somewhat of an issue.
Right, because it is. Because it's happened, and people have seen it and noticed it, and the fact that you pound the table for her. And I get it. She is amazing, but you can't have her not participating in those particular moments where – the question is going to be asked, whether it's from a young reporter or an old chiseled veteran reporter that is going to ask that question. And those are the things that people are sitting back scratching their head about, because Rory did not play once again in a top-ranked matchup. We're just getting started here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Coming up next, Texas men's basketball look to make it 4 straight, but they got their hands full when they go to Missouri for the first time in a long time. And we'll talk about it right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Bonus bucks. Once you win $1,000 in bonus bucks, you'll have more money to use on your fantasy leagues. Bonus bucks. The winning happens every weekday, right here on 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The right shoulder is blocked off by an accident on I-35 northbound at Highway 45 at Green Lawn Boulevard. On I-35 northbound as well, you're stop and go from 45 up to William Cannon Drive, causing a 10 to 12-minute slowdown. There's also a wreck on Highway 71 westbound just after Ross Road. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International. Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
World's Strongest Man Mark Henry here, and I need to tell you something exciting that's coming to town in March. It's called the Rowdy Cowboy. It's a new sports bar and restaurant that's blown up their first 2 locations in the Dallas area. Next level sports, next level restaurant, cold drinks, dining experience way above the sports bar level. And it's all presented to you with the best looking cowgirls in town. With 70 TVs and Texas-sized menu, you're definitely going to want to check this out. Coming around Rock and Mart, let's get rowdy.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering. so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
which way to Specs.
Come on, let's go.
Specs Wine Spirits and Fine Foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shout Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shout Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you. Shout. Cheers to savings.
New year, new opportunities. Start 2026 by taking control of your financial future with Texitcoin, the cryptocurrency born in Texas for Texas. Fast, secure, and decentralized, Texitcoin is your chance to buy into freedom and innovation. Don't just make the resolution, make moves toward independence, growth, and real financial power. Visit Texitcoin.com today and join the Texas revolution in finance. Make this the year you lead, not follow. Texitcoin, where Texas meets tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
It's a sale. Right now, every service needed for your vehicle is on sale at any of the 3 Leaf Johnson Ford locations, Austin, Manor, and Buda. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, and alignments. You name it. Any of the 3 Central Texas locations have it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van on most services, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back. Go to LeafJohnson.com and pick your location and time. You'll love it at Leaf, Austin, Buda, and Manor.
Before it was vintage, it was a revolution. This is Smells Like the 90s. A decade that tore up the rulebook and defined a new world of alternative. Nirvana, Alanis, Pearl Jam, Weezer, No Doubt, and more. With commercial free weekend. Your favorite era? Just a tap away. Open the free iHeartRadio app and listen now.
iHeartRadio. Texas football plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Busy time on the 40 acres lot that is going on. Texas baseball opens up tonight. Texas softball had the Bevo Classic. We'll get into that conversation in just a little bit. But also, you got Texas women's basketball that was on the road. They end up getting beat by Vanderbilt, a very talented and well-coached Vanderbilt team led by Shea Ralph, former player at UConn and also a former assistant coach to Gino Ariema. And so that explains a lot to who they are and what has happened with that basketball team, because one thing Shea Ralph knows is how to win. And she's got 2 of the best players in the country, one a little bit older, but one freshman that was very, very impressive. Texas men's basketball is on the road tomorrow night, 7:30 tip versus Missouri. Missouri's 17-7, 7-4 in the SEC conference. Texas hadn't been to Missouri in quite some time. I think it was last time they were there was like 2012 in Missouri. They played in Austin in 2025, January 2025, and Texas won the matchup 61-53. But it is a big-time matchup. You can hear my guy, Craig Way, the voice of the Texas Longhorns, as he gets ready for that game tonight. But he'll also be calling the baseball game tonight. Another hard-working dude, be traveling everywhere. Dude stays busy.
That boy got them frequent flyer miles.
No doubt about it. But you can watch the game on ESPN2 tomorrow night. But Coach Sean Miller met with the media earlier this week, and some of the conversation was about this Texas basketball team. And one thing that he wanted to touch on, and our guy Eric Henry, who was with us yesterday, spoke about this team hitting its stride at the right time.
I would say that where you really get the feeling isn't on game day. It's in between games, because the monotony of practice, the same old, doing, like, we're in practice above and beyond 80, but we're really above and beyond 100, 110, 120 when you consider that we came together in early June. So we've been together for a long stretch, as all teams have. And you get into Super Bowl Sunday, the middle of February, some teams, they will no longer improve. And some of it is because of circumstances, injuries, talent, etc. And then I think there's those other teams that it's difficult in between games to continue to get them to practice. And it's not just getting ready for the next game. It's how can you improve? How can you get better individually, collectively? How can we sharpen this one area of our team up in the days between game 23 and 24? That's not as easy as it once was. There's no freshness to this. So I think what you really look at is the leadership of your group and what it feels like on days like yesterday, for example, for us, where we have a whole week, we don't have a game, it is February. How alert was our team? How did we attack practice? What was the competitive spirit? What was the attitude? Were we able to be good at the end of practice? So a year ago, to answer your question, the team that I had was super, super hungry to finish strong. We had a lot of older guys. This was their last chance in college. And they were like, we're not going out any other way than the best way we can. And practice became everything. We practiced as well in February as we would have in November. As a matter of fact, in some areas, better. So to answer my own question about our team, I see that with our group. I feel like we have some older guys that want to finish strong. Like I had mentioned, there's a couple guys that won their third conference game of their career in a row for the first time ever. And I think that we're hungry and determined to be the best we can be down the stretch. So we had a good day yesterday. Hopefully I'll feel the same way here today.
Yeah, and that's one of the key things about it. And we kind of touched on it yesterday about the experience of this basketball team. As the season has gotten on, they've gotten a little bit better. They found ways to get things done, but the most important part is they're headed in the right direction. As we said, and he mentioned it during that part, a 3-game win streak, possibly a 4th if they can go there and beat Dennis Gates and his Missouri Tigers. But one of the players that we need to pay attention to is Mark Mitchell, the young man, 6'9", 230. He's a guard. He can move. He's slick, and he's going to pose a bunch of problems. And he originally went to Duke. He was a McDonald's All-American, and now he's kind of finding his way over there in Missouri.
Yeah, I mean, he is meaningful to Missouri. He is a one-man wrecking crew. I'll call him a bully in the most kind and good way I can. I mean that in a sports-specific way. Like, he just imposes his will on the opponent, rebounding, physicality, drives, living at the free throw line, playing both the 5 and the 4, using his quickness at the 5, using his physicality at the 4. And the other thing about him, Eric, he's an excellent passer. So when you try to bring help or double team, he sees the game and he finds his teammates, and his teammates are very, very skilled. So a lot of, I think, they're great 3-point shooting nights. A lot of it, he's right in the middle of it. I believe he leads their team in assists. So kind of like Dalen Swain to our team, he has a lot of great meaning with his versatility, and he's gotten better. Missouri has done a great job developing him.
And they continue to find ways to get it done. This is going to be a formidable challenge for this Texas basketball team as they go on the road. But one of the most important pieces of this team has to be the development of Matas Vokatitis. And he spoke about some of the things that Matas has done to keep himself better. And it goes to show that he is coachable and he is learning along the way.
If we're working with Matas to learn how to go vertically, like, straight up in the air, hands behind his head, where he can use his length and his size to our advantage defensively, but yet not foul. It's a different way of protecting the rim. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to block the shot, but it's really just protecting that area that has been unkind to us so many games, where it drives and shots around the basket do us in. And I thought that he did that more often without fouling than he had done recently. I thought his conditioning, just being able to run on offense and defense. And then, on offense, he was more settled. It wasn't, always like in a scruff with the defense. And we've tried to explain to him, like, he's big enough and strong enough where sometimes he can just hold his position and catch the ball. They will continue to foul him, but I don't think he has to like act out the foul as much as sometimes he would have done earlier in the year. And I thought he did less of that against Ole Miss. He focused on playing, and look, his results speak for themselves in the game that we played.
And Matas has been the key part to the success. We talk a lot about Dalen Swain and what he brings to the team, but they're going to need more from Matas. They're going to need a lot more from Tremont Mark and, of course, Jordan Pope. But you start to think about this basketball team, and it was brought up about the win streak and who, what, when, where, and how this is all going to part. But you also have to look at the fact that these guys are experienced. And in order to continue to have success, you have to play at the highest levels. This is the SEC. This is the time where you want to start peaking as a basketball unit. And if they are able to do so, this will be a story that we will want to talk about a little bit later. As we said, they're on that 11 line to where you're going to get into this tournament. You got to keep winning, and you got to get those tier 1, tier 2 type of victories to continue to bring up your Kim Pom score. But this is an experienced basketball team. I mentioned those other players, but you also got to look at what Cam Heide brings to the table. Cam Heide is somebody that has been challenged early and often by Coach Miller and this coaching staff. And if he can be somebody that can stretch the floor, that can move the basketball and move around and hit from different areas, this will be a team that will be deadly come March Madness, because we obviously know that Coach Miller knows how to coach. As we've talked to multiple people, he's a teacher of the game. And if you've gone and watched him, he is a excellent coach when it comes to the fundamental part. You heard it. Matas is already playing a lot smarter. He's not acting out. He's keeping his hands up. He's 7 foot. And
he's literally thinking about keeping his hands up when he does it. Because I saw him at the Ole Miss game when he got one of those fouls at the free throw line. He's doing this. He has his hands up.
Yeah, he understands what the task is for him to continue to be on the floor. And speaking of being on the floor, the King did it once again. And we got to start putting some respect on him. At least I do, because I've been on him quite a bit. But he's doing what a young man normally does. And then we're talking about LeBron James, and we'll speak about it when we come back right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
The quad god Ilya Malinin returns to the ice today, aiming for gold in the men's free skate final. Malinin says he'll stay focused on each element.
I'm really just going to take everything nice and slow, one step at a time, and not get too ahead of myself.
The 21-year-old is the favorite to win gold after topping the short program. Meanwhile, in action yesterday, snowboarder Chloe Kim won silver in the halfpipe final.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The right shoulder is blocked off by an accident on I-35 northbound at Highway 45 at Green Lawn Boulevard. On I-35 northbound as well, you're stop and go from 45 up to William Cannon Drive, causing a 10 to 12 minute slowdown. There's also a wreck on Highway 71 westbound just after Ross Road. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Central Texas RV Super Sale. The Central Texas RV Super Sale is coming to Dell Diamond February 26th through March 1st. Compare hundreds of RVs side by side. See the newest models and find the right fit for your next adventure. Tickets are on sale now at centexrvsupersale.com.
Hardge here, and February means President's Day savings all month long at Cover Ford Hutto. Right now, get $21,158 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Ford Super Duty F-250 SRW Shelby Super Baja. Or make it love at first drive with $11,638 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT. See dealer for details. Community driven since 1909 and trucks that show up for you every single day. That's President's Day savings all month long at Cover Ford Hutto, right off of 79 in Hutto, coverfordhutto.com, and they're now open on Saturdays.
What does it mean to work with one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas? At Thomas J. Henry, it means we can take cases all the way to trial when others would have accepted a low settlement offer. It means Thomas J. Henry can put our team of legal minds, investigators, and medical experts to work for you. It means you get personal attention and access to our team when you need us. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now through Monday, all brands are on sale at Mattress Firm with up to 60% off. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
The Knicks signed forward Jeremy Sohan, who was recently released by the Spurs. In other news, De'Aaron Fox selected to the All-Star game as an injury replacement. Astros pitchers and catchers continue spring workouts in Florida. At the Winter Olympics, U.S. men's hockey crushed Latvia 5-1 in their preliminary round opener, face Denmark tomorrow. I'm Ron Moss.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Discover.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Kewaskum, Wisconsin's own Jordan Stoltz is moving faster than anyone else on Earth. The young phenom has taken the speed skating world by storm, shattering records and dominating world championships across multiple distances. His rare combination of explosive start speed and endurance makes him a threat every time he laces up. Stoltz hits the Olympic Oval in Milano Cortina not just to win, but to chase world records. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Coming up at 8 a.m., we'll talk to Mr. College Baseball, my guy Kyle Peterson of ESPN. He'll be joining us. College baseball is here. Texas baseball will throw out the first pitch tonight at 6:32 will be the first pitch. It will be seen on SEC Network Plus, kind of like you had to watch the women's game last night, and women's softball as well. I'll be on the call with my good friend Chris Mikoski. Looking forward to it. Be there all weekend long. But, of course, if you're going to be out and about and you can't watch the game, you can always listen to it right here with the voice of Texas Athletics, Mr. Craig Way, and the legend Keith Moreland, as they bring you all the action all season long. At 8:17, we'll get a chance to talk to KVU's own Ann Parker Coleman and get her thoughts on the busy weekend on the 40 acres. Speaking of busy weekend, All-Star Weekend is here. NBA All-Star action starts tonight. The weekend starts tonight with the celebrity games and all the different things that are happening as well. But LeBron James did something last night that it's a record. He's the oldest man to record a triple-double in an NBA basketball game. We all know that LeBron James is 41 years old. He's been doing this throughout his career, and he's also been named again to the All-Star game. And LeBron really understands and feels good about being selected into the All-Star game.
Jones, that three off the rim, and James has got the board. The triple-double. The fans were aware of it, and now LeBron James has secured it. And now J.J. Redick's going to empty the bench as LeBron gets an ovation from this crowd. It is the first triple-double of the season for LeBron James.
You know, for me, my game has always been trying to put pressure on the defense, play the numbers game, and I feel like if I could get the ball off the rim or if a guy pitches me the ball up ahead, I try to, see the rim, obviously, and if I'm able to attack more eyes and more defenders, just spray out to my guys. So it's pretty cool to be able to still play at this level and be able to sprint the floor, run the floor, and hang with teenagers, 20-year-olds, early 30s, so it's pretty cool.
I guess we can say the All-Star break has officially started. Record-setting 22 All-Star appearances for you. What makes this weekend still special for you?
I mean, you get voted in, or coaches pick you, whatever the case may be. It's a special weekend because you get recognized as one of the best players to play the game, and they recognize what you've done in that first half of the season. For me, I was a kid who marveled at all the All-Stars, all the All-Star games growing up, and to be able to hit the floor and be a part of like the legacy and everything that's happened with NBA All-Star Weekend and NBA All-Star Game on Sunday. Just super humble, super blessed, and happy to be part of it.
LeBron James, throughout his career, he's averaged 26.9 points for his career, 7.5 rebounds, 7.1 assists. He's got field goal percentage of 50%. He's got a three-point percentage in his career of 34%. Free throws, 73. I mean, this dude has done everything you could possibly do. He's going to be in the All-Star game for the 22nd time. He's also been the scoring champion. He's been a 4-time champion. He was all rookie, 3 times All-Star game MVP. He was a 4-time regular season MVP, 4-time finals MVP. And he was on the all defensive team 7 times. He was also named rookie of the year. But when you go back and you look in history, it's the longevity that does it for me. We've all heard the stories of LeBron and how much money he spends on his body, and a lot of people spend a lot of money on their body. I'm not just saying LeBron's the only one, but for him to be able to play basketball at the level that he's been able to play for such a long time, it is very, very impressive. I know that a lot of people don't truly love LeBron. They call him a whiner. I get it. I understand it. But when it comes to the game of basketball and playing the game the right way, How many times has LeBron been criticized of not taking the big shot? How many times have we sat back and watched LeBron as he's passed the ball off for somebody else to make the shot?
A wide open guy in the corner.
Exactly.
He's scared of the moment.
It is like, no, he is doing what he's supposed to do, and he's done it at a very high level, very consistent level, and he's done that over 1,598 games in his 23rd season. He's made 22 All-Star games, and I personally, I was a big fan. I was following him for a long time. He got to the point where it was getting annoying a little bit for me that I was just like, come on, man, too much drama surrounding you. But when you take a step back and forget about all the other reasons why you don't like LeBron James, and you just go at the sheer numbers of what you see from him, this dude is made of polyurethane. He finds a way to be on the court when his team needs him.
And not only that, how he's changed the game on the level of bigger guys coming in and being able to play off the perimeter or do multiple things. We were just talking about last segment, Mark Mitchell.
Yep.
A 230, 6'9" guy who has an all-around game. That wasn't even thought about as much before LeBron. And now we're seeing guys come in the league at that size and being able to do multiple things. And it really just started with LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah, he is definitely a trendsetter, game changer. He has been in so many different teams. Now, the one thing that I know a lot of people are going to knock on him is the fact of forming the super teams and being able to travel.
But he wasn't the guy who started that. I think people were upset that players did it. That's the only thing. And also the fact that LeBron didn't go to the Knicks. I think that's also another thing. It's like Knicks fan didn't get what they want. Because at that time, New York fan at that time was spoiled. They always got what they wanted. And somebody shunned New York and went to Miami. Wow. Going to South Beach with
with his best friends.
With his friends. That sounds like not a non-brainer. That's a non-brainer. I'm doing that too.
Yeah. So watching him and what he's been able to achieve in his career is something that we should not only respect, we should applaud, because you see it. A lot of people don't stay in the NBA that long, and he's also been an Olympian too. He's won a bunch of gold medals in the Olympics. So shout out to LeBron James. Consistent. Coming up next, we're going to talk Texas softball as they got a big win. And oh yeah, them record books continue to be smashed. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeartRadio app.
Hey there, Texas fans. This is the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way, inviting you to join us for Longhorn football.
Touchdown! Texas wins!
We'll bring you all of the action all season long, including in-depth analysis and exclusive access to players and coaches before the opening kick and after the final whistle. And every week, we'll talk with Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian on Longhorn Weekly. This is your exclusive source for Texas Longhorn football.
On 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
First responders are on scene of a crash on Highway 71 westbound just after Ross Road. It's going to take an extra 15 minutes driving at I-35 northbound this morning, going from Highway 45 to William Cannon due to some congestion. You're also stop and go on 290 westbound from FM 1100 to FM 973, about a 10-minute out of your commute. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Need a new AC? Austin Energy's Home Energy Savings Program can help with rebates averaging $2,000 on whole home energy improvements. Call or visit abacusplumbing.com today for a free home energy savings project estimate. M20628.
World's Strongest Man Mark Henry here, and I need to tell you something exciting that's coming to town in March. It's called the Rowdy Cowboy. It's a new sports bar and restaurant that's blown up their first 2 locations in the Dallas area. Next level sports, next level restaurant, cold drinks, Dining experience way above the sports bar level, and it's all presented to you with the best-looking cowgirls in town. With 70 TVs and Texas-sized menu, you're definitely going to want to check this out. Coming around Rocket Mart, let's get rowdy.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Searching online for a car? When you call that dealership, your first question should be, are there any extra costs to the price on your website? At Henna Chevrolet, our answer will always be no. Their answer, you don't want to know. Shop surprise fee free with Henna, where the price you see is the price you get. Absolutely no addendums ever. You deserve honesty, and that's what we run on. Together, let's drive at henna.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
Do you have an unused car, truck, motorcycle, boat, or RV taking up space? Put it to good use by donating it to the NASCAR Foundation. Proceeds help fund medical resources for children in our racing community. Your wheels can heal. Call 844-NASCAR-9 and we'll come tow away your vehicle for free. The process is quick and your gift is tax deductible. Call 844-NASCAR-9 to donate your vehicle to the NASCAR Foundation today. Your donation will help our children survive and thrive.
Texas women's basketball plays here.
(3-2). He hits a high fly ball, left center field. Maxwell on the move, back to the track. She looks up, it's gone. It's one of the lower in the SEC. Jam shot, line drive over the second baseman off the bat of Martinez. It drops in right center field. Atwood and Stewart come around to score. Martinez goes to second on the throw home, and Texas leads 4-0. It's your 86th career high school home runs. And here's a high drive to left field. Argijo back, stops at the wall. Hannah Wells with her first home run at home, and Texas leads 7-0. 0-1. Good, yanks it fair. Inside the line, down the left field line. Maloney rounding third base, being sent to the plate. She'll score standing, and Texas leads 8-0. First pitch. High drive left field. Way back there and way out of here. Reese Atwood has set the Texas career home run record, number 59. And all the way around with Stewart on third base. Martinez, it's a high fly ball to right center field. The outfield was playing shallow as well. Maxwell hustling back, makes the catch about 15 feet in front of the warning track. Plenty deep enough for Katie Stewart to tag and come in and score. And it's 11-0 Texas.
No balls, 2 strikes with a runner on first. On the ground to short, picked up by Martinez. She flips to good. The turn to first, and that's the ball game. The pitcher's best friend, 6-4-3 twin killing. And the Longhorns shut out and run rule the Abilene Christian Wildcats in the first game of the Bebo Classic. Taylor made double play ball right to Martinez next to the bag at second. A quick flip. And Leanne Good, so good as a defensive second baseman. Also hit a big home run in this one. She makes the turn to first, 6-4-3. And that's the ball game. The Longhorns improved to 5-1 on the season. Abilene Christian falls to 0-8 as Texas wins it 11-0.
Texas comes out representing at home, first home game action of the season, and they did not disappoint. But the story was more than just the 11-0 victory. It was Reese Atwood becoming the all-time program record home run hitter with her 59th home run in her career.
Leader in Texas history in runs batted in. And Reese Atwood will add her name atop the record books again. There goes 59. A record-breaking blast off the bat of Reese Atwood. She launches her Longhorn legacy even farther. Reese Atwood, your all-time home run queen here on the 40 acres.
That's a lot of pop and a lot of humility in what she is all about. She's all about those records and what it stands for, but more importantly, she wants to try to find a way to get that championship ring.
She hit it hard.
She did. She
yeah,
did.
You hear that sound, that sound off the back. It was like, it's no doubt.
No, she was special. But here's her after the home run as she talks about being the all-time home run leader, but there's bigger fish to fry for her. 59.
I think it takes a little bit of the pressure off. This is always kind of in your back of your head. I didn't want to think about it, though. Truthfully, I'm out here to win a national championship. The records, they're cool on paper, but the rings we got are a lot nicer. So,
yeah, she was all about that ring. I'm excited for her. I'm excited for this team, and this is one of those teams that, as a group, and you see them on paper, you understand what it's all about. They continue to go out there. Now they have another big game tonight as they get ready to take on Ohio State, another challenge for them. And more importantly, it's a team that as they get ready to play, they get to challenge themselves enough. They will take on Ohio State at 5 o'clock tonight, and then they will play Syracuse at 7:30. So they will have a double header tonight to get ready for some more action. This is a team with Leanne Good, who continues to be impressive. She moved back over to second base, and now she's able to play good second base, but she's also able to hit home runs. And, of course, Katie Stewart continues to be impressive as well. But the story for me is the more reps that Viviana Martinez is getting a chance to play and be comfortable at the shortstop position. You heard how the game ended. It was a double play ball, 6-4-3, and now Texas continues to roll on. I'm excited for both of these teams, baseball and softball. And as I said, we'll be talking more baseball here in a minute when we get a chance to talk to our guy, Kyle Peterson, about the upcoming baseball season. Obviously, we'll be talking about Texas baseball as they take the field for the first time tonight. And we talked about this off the air yesterday, but I don't know if people remembered this. But last year, Texas baseball started the year on the road, and Coach was not happy about that. He was a little disappointed because he felt like our Texas baseball fans deserved to be around the game and understand the game and being able to see their team first before they had to go on the road. They went on the road last year, and then they got a chance to come home, and the game got canceled because of the weather. That was the first time in a long time that Texas didn't get a chance to play. So their first home game last year was against Dartmouth, and it was the following week that they got a chance to do that. So it is that time again. I'm excited for this Texas baseball team and the expectations of that. But watching this Texas softball team is something that everyone should be proud of. Special shout out to Reese Atwood and what she's been able to do in her Texas career. We talked to Coach Mike White about her and what her and Tegan Kavan bring to this team as far as leadership, her being able to sit behind the plate and continue to control the ball game. And that is what she's been able to do. It's been very, very impressive to watch her and her maturation here on the 40 acres. So again, salute. Congratulations. And big time stuff from Hannah Wells too. Hannah Wells being able to get the start, and not only getting the start, but she also got a chance to hit a home run out of the stadium with her first appearance as a UT pitcher and hitter at home. When we come back, we'll talk more baseball. Hour number 1 is in the books. Kyle Peterson of ESPN and D1 Baseball joins us next, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Tired of one price online and another at the dealership? At Steel Round Rock GMC, no markups, no addendums, just transparent pricing. Plus, we made it easier than ever to find a vehicle to fit your budget. Visit SteelGMCRoundRock.com and shop by payment. Like a 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab lease for just $299 a month. Come see why we're the fastest growing GMC dealership in Central Texas. Steel GMC in Round Rock. Everything we do is driven by you. GMC, we are professional grade.
Millions of people move every year for all kinds of reasons. When that time comes, it helps to go with a company you can trust. Penske Truck Rental. Their trucks are clean, newer, well-maintained, and you get free unlimited miles on one-way rentals. And there's no fee if you want to change your reservation. They've got over 2,500 locations and live support around the clock. Penske helps you gain ground like no other company can. Go to PenskeTruckRental.com or download the Penske Truck Rental app.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
President Trump said, "I like Newsmax. You like it too." It's true. Millions of Americans agree with President Trump, and they're switching to Newsmax for the news they can trust. They're watching great shows with Greta, Carl Higbie, Rob Schmidt, Finnerty, and more. If you're tired of big media, start watching Newsmax. It's free to start. Go to newsmaxplus.com for immediate access. Get all of President Trump's most important events live. Imagine watching Mike Huckabee's Israel special, our Melania documentary, Clint Eastwood, Charlie Kirk specials, even the movie Jesus of Nazareth by Franco Zeffirelli. Once you start Newsmax Plus, you won't stop. So try it for free. Go to newsmaxplus.com, then download the app. It's easy. So make the switch to Newsmax Plus today.
Sports lives on the iHeartRadio app, the official audio home of NBC's coverage of the Milan Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics. Fox Sports Radio, ESPN, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, and iHeart is the home of the NFL Podcast Network. Just search sports on the free iHeartRadio app and listen now.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
A lot of people call it Christmas. People get excited for so many different things, but when you start talking baseball, a lot of people that have been around the game understands how important opening day is. And what better person to come on and talk to us about opening day and college baseball is the one and only Mr. College Baseball, I like to call him, my guy, Kyle Peterson. Kyle, good morning, man, and thanks for taking the time to hop on, because I know today is one of those glorious days that you could not wait for.
Yeah, good morning, fellas. Yeah, today's fun. I mean, it's kind of like spring training. We used to go and everybody had a chance. Today, everybody thinks they got a chance to end up where I guess I'm fortunate to sit most days, and that's Omaha. So it's a cool way to start, and I'll be pretty much unavailable from about 1 o'clock on today, which I look forward to.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure I got you early, because I saw you talking about that the other day, talking about don't call me. I'm going to be in my office and watching a bunch of TVs and a bunch of screens, just catching up on what's going on. But you and I both know that this is where you said that everybody thinks they have a chance. Everybody's looking to get to where you are in Omaha. But then reality sets in, and a lot of people realize we got a lot of work to do. And I wanted to ask you this, because Texas baseball with Coach Schlossnagle, we know that he's a born winner. His first year in the SEC at the Texas Longhorns, they win the regular season SEC championship, and then they go out and they get some good recruiting. Everybody wants to come to the University of Texas, whether it's a high school kid or a college transfer. And now it all starts. When you sit back and you give us that view of Texas baseball, where do you see some of the positives and where are some of the question marks?
Well, I think they got a chance to be really good. I mean, I think they kind of outpunched their coverage. Well, that's combining two things, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But I think they outkicked their coverage last year a little bit, to where the regular season, I don't know. I think they played better than they were, which is ultimately a huge compliment.
Yep.
And then obviously they got clipped at home in a regional, and that happens sometimes regardless of how good you are. But I think year two, I mean, you got a bunch of guys back. I'm excited to see the jump that Rodriguez can make. I think the fact that you've got Tulo there working with anybody that has their feet on the dirt, but especially a younger shortstop, is a huge advantage. The Tinny kid from Notre Dame's got a chance to hit a bunch of home runs. You get some arms back. I think at the end of the year, last year, that pitching staff was kind of spent. Which is understandable. I mean, Volantis was kind of used in every possible role. Now it looks like at least to start the season, he'll be at the back end of the rotation. We'll see how the whole year goes. But they stole a guy from Stanford. We had to throw that in there. But I think they got a chance to be really good. And, I mean, you said it, but if Schloss is running it, and honestly, that staff, I mean, Nolan and Max and Tulo is as complete a staff as you could have in the entire country. So it should be an exciting year at Dishwalk.
Yeah, I know a lot of folks are looking forward to it as they start the season tonight. They get ready to take on UC Davis in a return for Tommy Nicholson, former Texas Longhorn, somebody that is really close to the program, another Stanford guy that coached over at Stanford, but he gets to come home. But when you look at, you mentioned Volantis and him being in the back part of the rotation, that is something too that a lot of folks are trying to figure out. They're going to go with Ruger Riojas to start it off, and he put on some more weight, and he felt like he let the team down a little bit last year. But when you watched him pitch last year, what was something that stood out to you about his mechanics and where he was?
Well, I mean, I think what hopefully doesn't get lost with Riojas is what he did in the middle of the year. I mean, he threw him on their back for a while.
Yep.
And, I mean, he was the most consistent guy on the weekend for a long time. And you know, I think that workload was probably a little bit different. The first time you go through that, when it's a full season of being asked to do things that you haven't had to do at the absolute highest level before, you don't really know exactly the way that your body's going to react. So I would suspect that from a training standpoint, you train a little bit different. I think it was a little bit of a surprise around the country to see that he was starting game one. I think the assumption was that Volantis would. I don't think it matters. I don't think it makes any difference. I mean, what you have in him is a guy that obviously has been in that position during the course of the regular season last year. So, yeah, I mean, I think he got somebody really reliable to start a weekend. As far as he's going to give us innings, he should take us deep in the ball game. He's going to throw strikes. And for me, that's the biggest thing you want on Friday. I mean, he's not going to, you know, the stuff isn't going to come off the sheet at you. But when you look at the end of the day, it's usually 6 or 7 innings that gives you a real chance.
We're talking to Kyle Peterson, Mr. Omaha, as we like to call him, and Mr. Baseball. College baseball season kicks off today. And Kyle, you know, when you start to look at the SEC, obviously the national champion LSU, they get stronger. You look across the SEC and you look at Georgia, they did some things in the transfer portal. You look at LeBron at shortstop for Alabama and what the expectations are. And you can never sleep on Arkansas and what Van Horn does with that crew. As you look at this SEC conference, is it going to be one of the strongest, if not the strongest conferences once again?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's that way every year. I mean, what is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, 5 in the top 10 and
yeah.
I mean, 10 or 11 in the top 25. You know, Mississippi State's a new look now that Brian O'Connor's there. And he brought some guys with him and brought some others in, and they get Ace Reese back, who's probably the best returning hitter in the SEC. You talk about Georgia, I think they brought 20 new dudes in, which is kind of what West does. And that's the one where I don't think you really know until you get into week 3 or 4 of the SEC to see exactly what Georgia is. But it wouldn't surprise me if Georgia's hosting again. Auburn's going to be really good. It kind of seems, and it's been this way at Auburn, like Butch is really consistent. They'll have one down year, and then they're going to come back the next year, and they're going to be really good. And I think Auburn's going to consistently be really good. Tennessee's an interesting study just to see exactly what happens with Tony gone and Josh Elander in there. Florida kind of flew under the radar last year, started terribly in the conference, then came back. For me, probably have the best 1, 2, 3 rotation in the SEC. So what did we just name? Half the league that's got a chance to go to Omaha right at the beginning. And there's probably more than that. So it's a reality. And I think it's a blessing and a curse to play in the league because there literally are there's 0 weekends off. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about if you want to see competitive baseball, all you got to do is look at every single weekend schedule once conference play starts. A team that is very curious to a lot of folks around here is the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies. last year's they kind of collapsed and things didn't go the right way. They made some changes, went out and got some guys. What do you see from the Aggies of Texas A&M?
Well, I see intrigue for sure. I mean, I think that, you know, the one thing that I think everybody's kind of waiting to see was last year the anomaly. I happen to think it was. But there's a few things that they have. I mean, you've got Sadeo back, who they missed a bunch last year. You've got Gavin Grohovec back, who's got a chance to be one of the best hitters in the league. He missed essentially the entire season last year. Chris Akopian is one of the best transfers in the country, kid from Maryland that's going to play in the middle of the field, and he's got a chance to hit 15 to 20 home runs. Caden Sorrell could really hit. Bear Harrison came on last year and was a different player than I think people thought he would be. For me, I think the biggest thing with A&M is, are they going to pitch enough? I think they're going to hit enough. I'd be surprised if they don't, based on who they have. They got a couple spots that it looks like freshmen may, at least at the beginning, be in the middle of, but they've also got plenty of experience in that league. I just don't know if they'll pitch enough. I think we'll get an idea a few weeks in, but I don't think we're going to be having the same discussion that we did last year about A&M. You know, are they a team that wins 20 games in the league? Probably not. Are they a team that wins, 14 to 16, 17 games? Yeah, it kind of feels like that. And if you can figure out a way to win 16 or 17 games in the league, a lot of times you're playing at home the first weekend. I mean, that's how tough the league is. So I'd be surprised if they're not in the middle of it again.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see too, because, the change from last year, the thought process from last year and what's going on with them, it's going to have to translate when the season starts. And if they can get some quality pitching and find some timely hitting, it could be a very, very special run. Before we let you go, Kyle, I wanted to ask you, is there a dark horse out there that folks need to pay attention to that is probably on the radar, but not really at the top of the radar when it comes to getting to Omaha?
Kind of run through them in my mind. I'll throw out Southern Miss.
Okay.
Who's been there before, but it was a while ago. But it's an older team. They play in a real schedule. I'll see them in a couple of weeks, actually, in Texas at one of the peak events. They play a real schedule. They'll play anybody. Their home field advantage is real. I mean, Southern Miss the history of the program is really, really good. They just haven't been in Omaha all that much, but they've been there. That would be one that I think would be interesting to watch. One that's off the radar, and I know it doesn't. When I say this, people are going to be like, well, that's not a dark horse, but it kind of is when you look at the last few years, is Vandy. I mean, Vandy was the number 1 overall seed last year, got clipped in their own regional. And nobody's talking about Vanderbilt. And I have a feeling that's probably the exact place that Tim Corbin would love to be, to where nobody's really talking about Vanderbilt.
Yep.
I think we're going to be talking about Vanderbilt by the time the season ends. But right now, I mean, they're somewhere between 20th and 25th, I think, in the country. But and
if you want to check out one of those dark horses, you can go and check them out next weekend, February the 20th through the 22nd at the Round Rock Classic. Oregon State, Baylor, Southern Miss, and Purdue will all be at the Dale Diamond. You guys do a great job out there. I'm going to be missing it this year, Kyle. I got some other commitments. Yeah, I know, man. It kind of sucked that Texas is playing at home that weekend, and I'm doing SEC Network Plus. So I got to make sure that I'm around for that. But I know you guys put on a great event, and more importantly, I want to thank you for taking the time to get the day started before people can't talk to you a little bit later.
It's a good way to start the day. Happy baseball season, Hardge. It's good to talk to you, man.
You too, brother. Appreciate you. There he is, Kyle Peterson, Mr. Omaha and Mr. College Baseball. When we come back, we'll get to talk to Ann Parker Coleman. She was at McCombs Field last night, and she'll be at the Dish as well. So we're going to talk softball and baseball with Ann Parker Coleman of KView coming up next, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
Texas softball is back. Catch the Longhorns as they defend their national championship.
Texas wins the national championship.
Listen to every big hit.
High and deep, a
Search Retro Austin on the iHeartRadio app.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now.
AM 1300 The Zone.
Don't miss the 2026 iHeart Country Festival, Saturday, May 2nd at the Moody Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
There's a crash on the service road of I-35 southbound just after Breslin Lane, and the main lanes of I-35 northbound are also stop and go from Highway 45 to William Cannon, causing about a 5 to 7 minute slowdown. But if you're hopping on Mopac northbound this morning, you're issue-free from Davis to Cesar Chavez. It's about a 7 to 8 minute drive. I'm Jason Fossey with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by AirTasker. AirTasker knows your to-do list isn't taking the weekend off.
I need lights hung, dry cleaning picked up, and the grill fixed.
Post your task on airtasker.com or download the app. Local taskers will take it from there. AirTasker. Get anything done.
World's Strongest Man Mark Henry here, and I need to tell you something exciting that's coming to town in March. It's called the Rowdy Cowboy. It's a new sports bar and restaurant that's blown up their first 2 locations in the Dallas area. Next level sports, next level restaurant, cold drinks, dining experience way above the sports bar level. And it's all presented to you with the best looking cowgirls in town. With 70 TVs and Texas-sized menu, you're definitely going to want to check this out. Coming around Rocket Mart, let's get rowdy.
When Texas chills, Specs thrills. Keeping spirits high, glasses full, and the fun from freezing over. Bundle up with a bold bourbon or mix up mulled wine that'll melt the frost right off. Whatever your winter looks like, Specs keeps it toasty. Because when the temps dip, grab a jacket, light a fire, and keep the good times rolling. At Specs Wine, Spirits, and Finer Foods, the fun starts here.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
We started Henyon and Walsh for people like you. People with integrity, honesty, and loyalty. The result? We care about you and your investment success. We're dedicated to your financial goals, so we'll always give you our best efforts, because you've earned it. We're Henyon and Walsh, and committed to you. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279, or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon and Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon and Walsh Inc., member FINRA SIPC.
Let me get personal here. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry, single-ply toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. It gets a lot better than that. Right, Todd? Wouldn't you say that Dude Wipes gets a whole lot better?
Much better.
Thank you. So no matter the size of your mess from top to bottom, Dudes has you covered, confidently covered. They comfortably clean up what TP leaves behind for no more maintenance wipes. No way. Irritation, not a chance. Time to make the trade of the season and switch from toilet paper to wet, extra large Dude Wipes and start experiencing the confident clean of Dude Wipes. Made from 99% water and plant-sourced fibers, coming in a variety of scents and sensations like mint chill and shea shea butter to protect your end zone. Join the movement for cleaner movements and live in a skid-free zone. Available at Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Searching online for a car? When you call that dealership, your first question should be, are there any extra costs to the price on your website? At Henna Chevrolet, our answer will always be no. Their answer, you don't want to know. Shop surprise fee free with Henna, where the price you see is the price you get. Absolutely no addendums ever. You deserve honesty, and that's what we run on. Together, let's drive at henna.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Great stuff by Kyle Peterson of Omaha, so to speak. But he's also of ESPN, and he's part of D1 baseball, and that's why he will be in town next weekend for the big matchups over at the Classic. But right now, it's opening day in Austin, Texas, and Texas baseball takes the field tonight. And what better way to get the day started than with our girl, Ann Parker Coleman of KView and AP. You were at the ballpark last night watching Texas softball, and you got a chance to see a record-breaking performance by Reese Atwood, and you got to see the new bleachers in right field. So how excited was everyone about being able to play at home last night? No. No. We can't do this. Oh, we thought we had her again. She's working on it. Hold on. Let me have Marcus call you real quick. Knew it was gonna happen, didn't you? You said it to me. You looked at me. You're like, I think like, she's there.
Yeah, no. I was like putting the odds on. Is it gonna go through?
But as always, we're gonna get her figured out because she was at the ballpark last night. She got a chance to see everything that was happening with the softball team, the opening ceremonies, being recognized on the field. And it was definitely one of those deals that a lot of folks got excited about. But AP, I wanted to ask you this because I think it was important to know that the Texas women were recognized last night. They had the sign up for national champions, and then they go out and performed at a very, very high level.
Yeah, it felt like there were just a million different storylines in this game. First game back from the national champions. We forget about this because of everything that happened with Reese, but Vivi Martinez, it was her first game back at McCombs Field in over a year. Just a lot of big time things for that team. And obviously the biggest was Reese breaking the home run record. Obviously they have the new stands on the down the right field line. They were packed. And the funny thing from my perspective, up with the rest of the like news and cameras and everything, you know, I'm kind of multitasking. I'm paying attention to the game, but I also got to get, you know, something for baseball done. Anytime Reese Atwood came up to the plate, everybody put their cameras up. Everybody was locked in because we knew it wasn't going to take her long to break that record, and did it. She hit it on her third at bat, first pitch of the at bat. I'm pretty sure if I'm remembering correctly, but just a really special night for her and for all of them. Again, Reese said this afterwards, records are amazing, but really the cool thing is they have some rings and they want to get some more. So just a really big night for them.
And another part that was very impressive was the return of Hannah Wells. Hannah Wells getting an opportunity to get back out there, getting another victory. But for the first time, she got to pitch in front of the Texas Longhorn faithful. So that's another big step for a young player. And, of course, she got a chance to hit a home run as well.
Yeah, anytime that you have a player that is that multifaceted, I mean, you are in good shape. And that's the thing about Texas. Their lineup is so deep. Anybody that walks up to the plate, like you gotta be on. You got Katie Stewart. That is a big bet. Obviously, Reese Atwood is now the home run queen. That is huge. Hannah Wells showed that she has some power in her hit too. Even Kaden Henry, Leanne Good. I mean, it's just an absolutely lethal lineup.
Yeah, you got to stay locked in Texas now. We'll have a doubleheader tonight starting at 5 o'clock against Ohio State, then followed by playing Syracuse right after that. But going across the parking lot, we will be at the Dish tonight as Texas baseball opens its series and its season tonight at the Dish versus UC Cal Davis. And you've been around the players, you've been around Coach Sloss. The energy about opening day is a lot, and everybody's excited about it. But when you looked at Ruger Riojas being named the starter, and then you got Luke Harrison, who has been consistent and been that number 2 starter for Texas, and then Dylan Volantis finishing the weekend. This is an interesting lineup, to say the least, for the pitching rotation for opening weekend.
Yeah, it's certainly a strong rotation, but I think for a lot of people, it is a little surprising. You look at Dylan Volantis, SEC Freshman of the Year. I mean, he was the breakout star on the team, obviously on the pitching staff. And the fact that he is not the Friday night guy, I think does surprise a lot of people. But me personally, I like it like this. Like, yes, he's been in a lot of high pressured situations. So it's not even that Coach Sauce is trying to ease him into a starting role, but I think it's a good, like he says that that's not why they're doing it, but I think, giving him the chance to start on Sunday, and then I wouldn't be surprised if he moved to a Friday role later. But the thing with Ruger Riojas is, I think we saw, glimpses of it last year. He is really talented, and he's a guy that every time we talk to Sauce or the players, they talk really, really highly of him. And we didn't get to see a lot of that last year. We saw it in parts. I think of that Missouri game when he got a career high in strikeouts. But, the guy, we found this out this week. He got the flu that turned into bronchitis. He then lost 20 to 30 pounds because of that. Obviously, his velo is going to drop. And we saw that play out. We saw him struggling to get through innings. That Florida game, he said, was his rock bottom. He got one out. He didn't even make it through the inning. I think gave up 4, maybe it was 6 runs. It was maybe 6 runs, 4 walks.
4 walks, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever it is, I mean, that is a just horrendous stat line. So we saw that struggle play out. Now we understand a little bit more of why that went into it. And now that he's healthier, he's gained 15 pounds of muscle. I think that we can really see what he is capable of this year.
And most of that is in his mustache. So we'll see what.
Guys, when a starter with a mustache like that, he's meant to be starting on Friday night. I think a guy with a stash like that, he's not coming out of the bullpen or anything like that. That is a starter.
No doubt. We're talking to Ann Parker Coleman of KView. You can follow her on social media at Ann Parker Cole, the number 1 on social. You did a story last night talking about opening day, and 'twas the night before opening day. Thought it was well done. And you looked at this lineup and everything that is going through your mind as we're trying to figure out these new faces, new positions, and what the expectations are. But one of the biggest storylines is going to be, for me, the outfield part of it. Who is going to be manning the outfield? We had Coach Schloss on yesterday. He talked about Jonah Williams and how he believes that Jonah is going to be that guy in the outfield. We already know about Aiden Robbins and what the expectations are for him. But the rest of that is going to be up to who's playing the best, and we're going to see that starting tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned kind of the knowns. It sounds like we're going to see Jonah in right field. And Coach Sauce said this week that right field is probably the hardest position on the field in Texas's ballpark. Obviously, Aiden Robbins lock at center field. And then left field is a little bit more of a toss-up. It could be Anthony Pack. I've heard a lot of really good things about him. Then you also have the LSU transfer in Ashton Larson. I think it's going to be Ashton Larson in left field, especially just because, he's a veteran. He's has a little bit more experience under his belt. But you're right. That's probably the most maybe unknown part of all this. Obviously, you have A-Rod moving into shortstop, so that's a little maybe dicey too. But he's learning from Troy Tulowitzki, so I don't really worry about him transitioning over to that position.
Like Coach Schloss said to us, he said, we moved A-Rod to shortstop because he's earned it. We just didn't give it to him because of the work that he has been put in. The other big question for this Texas baseball team is going to be the back end of the bullpen. Who is going to be the closer? How are you going to get some of those young guys mixed in as well, those young hyped up freshmen? The expectations are huge for Texas, and as always, it's Omaha or bust.
It is, and then I think the thing that can carry them to Omaha is the arms. And we talked about the starting rotation. There are a million other guys that we can name that would have a case to make it into the rotation. I think of Thomas Burns, and then there are so many newcomers that we've heard so much about. Winters comes to mind. Hayden LeFew is a guy that we've heard a lot about. Sam Cozart looks like he's 40. That guy he's gonna shove. And then there's one other one,
Crossland.
Brett Crossland.
Yeah.
Yes. Also comes to mind. Last year, I feel like the thing that really took them out was the pitching staff just at the end of the year was in shambles. Jared Spencer went down and they could not find an answer. It was Ruben Riojas for a couple of weeks. Obviously, we saw how that played out. They just did not have the pitching depth that they needed. And this year, obviously, that's not going to be a problem. I think pitching and the pitching depth is their strength.
Yeah, I believe that too, with Ethan Walker and Max Grubbs in that bullpen as well. So they've got some more reliable arms for Texas.
See, I didn't even say Max Grubbs, and that's a huge one. That just shows.
Exactly, and there is a lot of depth. We're excited. Opening day tonight for Texas baseball, softball back on the diamond again tonight, starting at 5 o'clock, followed by another game against Syracuse at 7:30. As always, we appreciate you taking the time to get up with us this morning. I know it's tough after anchoring and doing everything else, but you also have to get ready for another long day of sports on the 40 acres. Appreciate you.
Of course. It's going to be fun, guys.
All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you at the ballpark.
Yeah.
There she is, Ann Parker Coleman of KView, as she breaks it down. Make sure you follow her at Ann Parker Cole, the number 1 on social media. When we come back, I'm going to give you a special Hardge Knocks Life. The NCAA does it again. Well, they're going to try to fight it, but we'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Olympics update.
The U.S. men's hockey team cruised to a 5-1 win over Latvia in their Olympic opener. U.S. forward Brock Nelson thrilled to be part of Team USA.
Obviously, excitement leading up to this, getting everybody over here. Lots of things going into it. Obviously, great opportunity.
Coming up today, the U.S. hopes to build on its early figure skating success as Ilian Malinin goes for gold. He leads heading into today's free skate.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
There's an accident and some slowdowns behind it on Loop 360 northbound just before Mopac, as well as an accident still being worked on the service road of I-35 southbound just after Breslin Lane. If you're hopping on 183 southbound this morning, you're traffic free going from Mopac over to I-35, where it's under 5 minutes to make that transition. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
For every fan, for every game, every season, Bud Light is there for Texas basketball. A clean, crisp beer that keeps things easy from the opening tip to the final horn. So as you're walking around trying to figure out what's up with the horns, best way to figure that out is drinking a Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas basketball. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You ever wonder how far an EV can take you on one charge? Well, most people drive about 40 miles a day, which means you can do all daily stuff no problem. Go to work, grab the kids at school, get the groceries, and still have enough charge to visit your in-laws in the next county. But they don't need to know that. And the best part, you won't have to buy gas at all. The way forward is electric. Explore EVs that fit your life at electricforall.org.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800 800-760-7832. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-760-7832 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-760-7832 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-760-7832.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, areas of patchy fog becoming cloudy for your Friday afternoon, a high of 80. Showers likely after midnight, a low of 64. Saturday, showers and storms, a high of 70. Tomorrow night's low, 55.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
Prediction markets talk outcomes. Bet Online puts odds behind them. For decades, bettors have trusted Bet Online for accurate lines, deep prop markets, and real action across every major market. Get the latest odds, live props, and in-game wagering throughout the year. Bet Online. The game starts here.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Park City, Utah is home to Alex Hall, an artist on skis. The defending Olympic slopestyle champion is known for his unique style and creativity that judges love. Whether he's grinding rails or launching massive jumps with his signature Buick grab, Hall makes the impossible look easy. He drops into the course in Milano Cortina ready to defend his title and show the world the future of free skiing. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Great stuff by Aaron Parker Coleman as he joined us as we preview Texas baseball, Texas softball, so much more. October the 24th is going to be a big day here at DKR Texas Memorial Stadium as the Ole Miss Rebels will be coming to town. And not only will the Ole Miss Rebels be coming to town, their quarterback, Trinidad Chambers, who, if you've watched him, you know that he is definitely one of the most electric players in college football. The reason why I said that he will be here on October the 24th is because yesterday in a Mississippi court, he was told that he gets a chance to play again.
Conclusion. For the above reasons, this court decrees in favor of Trinidad Chambers and grants his request for preliminary injunction relief and preliminary enjoyments of NCAA from the Houston Trinidad Chambers from practicing, playing, or otherwise participating on the University of Mississippi Collegiate football team during the 2026-27 academic year.
Now, this took multiple chances. It took multiple times for him to get an injunction and a restraining order that he can still be able to play football. Now, the NCAA is going to come back and fight this as we expect them to, which they have every right to do that. But yesterday, a couple days ago, they granted a player for, I was going to say Missouri, but Montana, the Grizzlies, a 7th, 8th, and 9th year, basically. a 9th year of college football. We've seen other players, one for Miami, just recently got a chance to play deep into his career.
You know what? NCAA remind me of the movie Life. The character can't get right.
Exactly. That's exactly what the NCAA is.
It's like, this is an obvious decision, and you're fighting this.
The problem that I've had with the NCAA in all of these moments is when the rule for extending someone's eligibility is being changed case by case. And I know that that everything is a case by case basis. But this is a young man that went to a Division II college first, but he also was out with respiratory issues and other ailments that prohibited him from being able to play. This is what those moments are for when you petition to have an opportunity to play again. Not going pro and then coming back to go and play college basketball. Now, you can do it for football, you can do it for basketball, you can do it for baseball. But if there's some circumstances like there was before where a player for North Carolina had to move home because of an ailment with his mother, and the NCAA postponed that as well.
You mean use logic?
Use the rule for what it is.
It's obvious. It's like you have this rule set for certain circumstances, but you think it has to be totally across the board. But like these other players do not match those circumstances. A guy, like you mentioned, a guy goes and tries to play in the NBA, doesn't make the NBA, plays in the D League, and then you allow him to come back. But you're fighting this harder than you fought that.
Yes. And that is the frustrating part with the NCAA. And as I said before, there are case-by-case basis where certain things definitely don't add up. But when someone is dealing with an ailment, you also have to look at what's the circumstances for family. Kids want to move away all the time. But when parents get sick and there's issues, you got to take that into consideration too. But here's Trinidad talking about his excitement about being back on campus.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's got to be
a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a relief for sure.
So, I mean, are you able to put everything behind you now and just concentrate?
I hope so, yes. I can get back to workouts with the guys and looking forward to next season.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, the interesting part about that, too, for Trinidad is he is a guy that with this draft situation where it's not as going to be as strong at that quarterback position, he might have been able to go up higher on draft boards because he is an amazing talent. But the fact that he is getting an opportunity here to put more on his resume also excites me because college football is in a good place.
Yeah, it might be tougher for him to play on his NFL potential draft status because right now, say for instance, the NCAA doesn't allow him to play. They appeal and it doesn't go through again. I think he soars, one, because it's a quarterback position.
Yep.
Not only his talent, but it's also his basically who he is as a player off the field. That helps him in the NFL. NFL teams care about that.
No doubt. And then you look at who's all in this 2027 class. You look at the 2027 class, Arch Manning, Dante Moore, who decided to come back for another year, Brendan Sorsby from Texas Tech. Now you get Trinidad Chambliss. You also have Sam Levitt. Other names that are in this draft now creates more opportunity for a team to find their quarterback of the future. I'm sure this story will continue as always. When we come back, we'll talk about the weekend on the 40 acres, the expectations, and which games are you going to be able to go to right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Because baseball is back. Catch every big hit.
This one out to deep left center. You can say goodnight to it.
Every strikeout. Strike free call. Got him looking. Every big play.
Dives. He made the catch. He made the catch.
Of Longhorns baseball all season long on 1300 The Zone and streaming free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
There's an accident and some slowdowns behind it on Loop 360 northbound just before Mopac, as well as an accident still being worked on the service road of I-35 southbound just after Breza Lane. If you're hopping on 183 southbound this morning, you're traffic free going from Mopac over to I-35, where it's under 5 minutes to make that transition. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Central Texas RV Super Sale. The Central Texas RV Super Sale is coming to Del Diamond February 26th through March 1st. Compare hundreds of RVs side by side. See the newest models and find the right fit for your next adventure. Tickets are on sale now at centexrvsupersale.com.
Hardge here in February means President Day savings all month long at Covert Chevy Hutto. This is the perfect time to fall in love with the new Chevy in a deal that leads the way. Right now, get $15,000 off of MSRP on select new 2025 Silverados 1500s and $9,000 off of MSRP on select new 2025 Suburbans and Tahoes. See dealer for details. Just powerful Chevys, hometown hospitalities, and savings worth committing to. That's Covert Chevy Hutto, right off of Highway 79. CovertChevyHutto.com. Together, let's drive. And they're now open Saturdays.
Introducing True Earnings Checking from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Earnings that are almost too good to be true. Earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. It's simple. Just deposit at least $1,500 in new money and make 15 debit card transactions each month. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, even if you miss the requirements. Open your account online or at any of our 24 Austin area locations. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Rate subject to change without notice. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I can't believe I'm standing here today. Seriously, why am I standing here?
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Fox Sports Radio. Did you know we're on YouTube? Did you know you can find all of your favorite shows on YouTube?
Look at us. We're waving at you right now.
Did you know that you can find the best clips and the best videos from your favorite shows?
All the interviews, clips, everything is there.
This is why you're the smartest listeners in the world.
Completely agree.
Because you went to YouTube and you searched Fox Sports Radio, and you are the ones that hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You're the ones that watch videos from Two Pros and a Cup of Joe with Jonas Knox, Brady Quinn, and LeVar Arrington.
You can't even make this up. You got some holy water in your bag, baby.
Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd. Wow. Cavino and Rich, The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Think about that for a second.
And the Ben Maller Show. Fox Sports Radio. On YouTube.
That's strong stuff.
By searching Fox Sports Radio.
Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. Hit that thumbs up icon and comment away.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose?
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-2521. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521. 800-285-2521.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Back to Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300. Before we get too deep to it, I want to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see August the 13th at the Moody Center. And now is your chance to win. All you got to do is use that always free iHeartRadio app. Tap that red microphone and leave the keyword of the day, Texas. Texas is your keyword of the day for a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Ella Langley August the 13th at the Moody Center. Also want to give a shout out to Kyle Peterson of ESPN and D1 Baseball as he joined us to preview the season, talk glowingly about the Texas Longhorns, as did Ann Parker Coleman of KU. Tonight, you have Texas softball taking on Ohio State and Syracuse tonight in a doubleheader, and then they finish the weekend off on Sunday, taking on Northern Iowa. You also have Texas men's basketball taking on Missouri Saturday night, 7:30 tip-off. You can hear all the action for Texas basketball right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, with the voice of Texas athletics, our guy, Craig Way, as Craig Way will be on double duty tonight. He will be doing Texas baseball opening night. He's a baseball guy. He's a busy man, but he loves baseball, and he wanted to be here for opening night. Also, make sure you tune into the Craig Way Show this afternoon from 2 to 5 as Craig will preview the weekend, talk a lot about the game from last night with Texas women falling to Vanderbilt in an upsetting fashion for one Vic Schaefer. But he'll also talk about the Texas baseball team as they get ready to play. And, of course, you've got Texas women's basketball, that quick turnaround. They made the trip back, but it's a quick turnaround for them. After they lost in Nashville, they came back home, and then they're flying back out to go to Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. That game will be Sunday at 2 o'clock. You can watch it on ABC, but you can also hear it on 98.1 KVET, I believe is where it's going to be. I'm sure Craig will correct me if I'm wrong. But tonight, Texas baseball takes the field to start their quest to Omaha, and Ruger Riojas will be the opening day starting pitcher for the Texas Longhorns. And Coach Schloss talked about Ruger and his journey.
He's just being who he is away from the field. He's super consistent as a human being. He's got a great combination of humility and confidence. So he has the humility to recognize that, or be self-aware enough to know that there are things he has to get better at. And he goes to work on them like he did all summer with his body, and in the fall with his pitches with Max. But he still has the confidence to know that one game or one stretch doesn't define his career, and that he's also getting better. We got to remember these guys are still, they're still, even though he's been around a while, they're still really young, and they're still developing as amateur players.
So they're going to put the work in. They're going to be ready to go. Another person to pay attention to tonight, Jonah Williams, as he gets a chance to start the season. We got to see Jonah a little bit later than expected last year, but now he's going to get that opportunity to be on the field and lead this team. You're going to see a new look Texas baseball team with Aiden Robbins possibly being in center field, and of course Carson Tenney behind the plate. He's a guy that if you've never seen him play, you're going to be very excited. You're going to be surprised because these guys are massive. These are some big dudes playing baseball. And as I talked to one of the scouts, he told me, he said, man, you got to understand, this is the new age of baseball. Coach Schlossnagle has talked about that as well. But Texas will have their opportunity tonight versus UC Davis, led by former Texas Longhorn and head coach now for UC Davis, Tommy Nicholson. I got a chance to talk to Tommy. He understands this is a learning situation for his team. The expectations is for them to come out and play well. But like anything else, you know as well as I do, once you step on the field, it's just go out there and play ball, and you can see anything that happens. Marcus, what's your weekend going to look like? I know mine will be at the Dish. I'll be calling games for Longhorn Network / SEC Network Plus. So I'll be busy this weekend with baseball. But what about yourself?
As in planned, I have nothing planned. It's probably going to be a lazy weekend, but it never gets lazy because something always pops up out of nowhere, and then I'm just doing something I didn't think of. So I'm going to call it a freestyle weekend.
So let me ask you this. Are you going to pay attention to anything that is going on with the All-Star game?
I say I'm not, but likely I'm likely gonna, because I got the apps, so I'm likely gonna pop up and watch it. I'm probably gonna watch the All-Star game. No, I can't watch the All-Star game
because you'll be working.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I might watch Saturday night, and I might even watch some of the celebrity game, especially just to see who's playing. But if it's nobody I'm interested in, because most of these celebrities are like social media stars.
I was gonna say they're social media influencers.
It's like I don't know none of these people because I'm not cool like the young kids.
Well, it's so funny that you say that because they have a PlayStation NBA Creators Cup that will be taking place tonight as well. So they got all kinds of people that are out there playing basketball and doing some of these non-basketball traditional players stuff.
See, if they had NBA Live 2002 back in the days, NBA Live 2002 Cup Challenge thing, and I was able to be in it, I probably would have won it.
There you go. Shout out to LeBron James for a great accomplishments. Oldest basketball player to ever record a triple-double, and also making his 22nd All-Star game appearance. Make sure you stay locked in all day long. Started at 2:00, where you get a chance to hear from our guy, Craig Way, the voice of the Texas Longhorns, from 2 to 5. And then, of course, the Bucky and BK show from 5 to, first pitch 6:30, so about 6:15 for those guys. For Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. For the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Henry, just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry here, and I need to tell you something exciting that's coming to town in March. It's called the Rowdy Cowboy. It's a new sports bar and restaurant that's blown up their first 2 locations in the Dallas area. Next level sports, next level restaurant, cold drinks, dining experience way above the sports bar.